Buenos dias. About a year ago, we commissioned 10 artists from the Canal community to come together to paint a scene of the immigrant journey. Within a few hours, one artist painted a monarch butterfly that landed on the agave plants of another artist. Another scene, open books that led to graduates and cups and guns. And not too far from there, a line of empty shoes dotted the panels, symbolizing the souls lost along the way. We call the mural, "You Are Home." It represents the reality of millions of immigrants forced to leave their homes and begin again. It tells anyone who walks into Canal Alliance that we understand your pain, your dreams. Our backgrounds might be different, but no story stands alone. It says you belong. This is the lesson I learned myself when I first came to California. It was not clear that I belonged. I started to apply to jobs as soon as my family got to the United States from Ecuador. Back home, I was a certified accountant, I worked for Mitsubishi, and I was an entrepreneur. I got calls from every single place I applied for a job, but the answer was the same. Come back when you can speak English. I took the only job I got, mapping floors at the local pet store for an hourly wage of $8.75. At night, I took English classes at Canal Alliance. I didn't have a car at the time, so I walked and took the bus everywhere I went. Most people who look like me, they look at me like in my neighborhood, they only stay there during the days, cleaning homes and landscaping yards. One evening, the police stopped me in my own block and said, "What are you doing here?" It was degrading. I thought my life was hard, but I met immigrants in my classes at Canal Alliance who escaped extreme poverty and violence, many whose family members were killed. I was humbled by the stories. I started volunteering at Canal Alliance, teaching people how to use technology. Canal Alliance hired me in 2003. I created programs to help people become financially stable and build their assets. A few years later, coming out of the financial crisis in 2008, we have big decisions to make. It was Tipping Point who stepped up to help. Tipping Point set us up with a well-known strategy consultant. After 2 days of his time, I had a blueprint exactly how to move forward. They funded a new top position at Canal Alliance to oversee internal operations and programs. My bosses promoted me to be their boss. Thank you. I used Tipping Point unrestricted funds to build a performance management system and prove our model was working. We went from an organization that could barely afford to keep the doors open to one that today has more than $2 million in reserves. But we didn't stop there. If Latinos don't have housing, if schools are not designed to serve us, if law enforcement separates and destabilizes families, we all hurt. In 2016, I took over as the CEO. We began tackling the structural barriers impacting our community the most. Today, we are aligning our district high school graduation requirements with admission standards for state and college universities, planning for housing affordability and the phase of gentrification, and holding the sheriff's office accountable to laws that limit cooperation with ICE. We are excited to be the lead agency for the 2020 Census and Marine, to make sure that everyone is counted and the whole community receives federal funding for critical safety programs. It's been an incredible journey. From mapping floors to leading the most important organization that serve immigrants in Marin County, my experience is the true reflection of Canal Alliance's mission. This is such a complicated moment in our history, and I'm proud to lead the organization we are today. That we can be there for our community. There is no way we will be able to do this without your support. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for showing us we belong.